All right, we're talking Carbondale area baseball head coach Stone Wormuth with us here in the John Mendola Show. Coach, get a year under your belt now. Here we go.
Yep.
Let's talk about the 2024 season. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, we're super excited to get a lot of the guys that we had last year back. We're going to pick up the intensity this year. Kind of make more of a run at a district title, I think, and we're just going to kind of hit the ground running. We started a little earlier this year than we did last, and guys have a pretty good expectation of what to expect this year, and what we want moving forward. So yeah, that's what we're expecting, and we'll be ready to go.
We got a little tease. We got some great weather. A few days in a row, we're like, hey, spring is here. We're gonna get cold. It's gonna be tough. The hands are gonna sting. All that normal stuff. Let's talk a little bit about just being able to keep that mindset of whether we're in the gym or we're outside.
Yep.
We're gonna try to make it work.
Yeah, well, obviously, Northeast PA, it's tough. You don't know what you're going to get, week in, week out. You might be, in the 60s and you might be in the 30s. So, just keeping the same mindset, sticking to a routine every single day, taking care of guys' arms, doing what you can, off the tee in the cage just to keep, yourself acclimated and, ready to go just for, whatever the weather brings. And, that's the biggest part of, playing baseball in the Northeast. That's how it is.
Let's talk a little bit about your baseball background, some coaches that influence you, where you kind of get your style from.
Yeah, I was a 4-year starter at Carbondale area where I'm coaching now. I had a couple, influential coaches from there, all the way from, freshman year up. And, I went on to play baseball at Wilkes University for a couple of years, and Mark Madrowski was a big part of my coaching style, and we got along really well, and I learned a lot from him, and I kind of correlate a lot of things I do at Carbondale, kind of what Mark taught me there at Wilkes, and I think he's still there today. That's kind of where I got my style from.
Let's talk a little bit about this year's squad as far as, between seniors and freshmen. You have a little bit of guys in every class?
Yeah. So we're a little short on freshmen, which we're hoping to get the number up, next year. But, we're really heavy in seniors, juniors, sophomores. There's a lot of talent in all grades. We're really happy to see, who came out this year in, those different levels. But, we're going to be, very competitive all throughout the senior, junior, sophomore level. A lot of guys are competing for spots and nothing's given, and it's good to see the competition on a daily basis.
You got to develop pitchers, you got to have depth because it's never just one arm, especially in baseball.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit about trying to get some live arms and say, hey, you know what, we might have to get creative here. Have a 2-inning guy, have a closer, whatever.
Absolutely. So that was kind of like a concern last year, when we took over the program, kind of trying to figure out who could throw, who can't. It's different, being in a live game versus, just watching a bullpen, at practice. So this year, we kind of had a pretty good feel for who could throw, who couldn't. And there was some guys that most of the guys that we brought back, we tried them out last year. So I think we have a lot of depth, on the mound, which is, a pretty good thing to see this year. So.
You went through the program, you kind of know Carbondale. Talk about, where you'd like to be number-wise with your baseball squad and, help try to grow that program.
Yeah. So, to be honest with you, the last 2 years we had, a great turnout of, guys that came out, versus, last year to this year, we're getting, 30, 35 guys, trying out for the team. We really like to have our numbers, around 24 to 26 guys total for, freshman JV, just for those, freshmen, sophomores who, might not see a ton of playing time, on the field varsity-wise, to kind of compete at that JV level before they, get that step up and, also kind of see a little bit of varsity baseball as well. So, 24 to 26 is kind of, what our goal is every year. And, the last 2 years that I've been there, including this year, we've had the numbers, and we're pretty excited about it.
Being healthy, a lot of that, you think of baseball, you think healthy, you think live arms, that you're not overusing them. Talk a little bit about just trying to have that mindset of, hey, we need to be fresh, we need to know when to push, when to pull as a young coach.
Yeah. So my assistant coach Don Verastro, he does a great job with keeping these pitchers' arms healthy and just all arms in general. So just kind of telling them when they could throw 100%, 70%, whether they should take a day off or 2 days off, or what type of arm care that they should be doing for their arms. So he does a great job with keeping guys healthy. I think so far he was with us last year, he's back this year. And that's a big part of the game, like you said. Figuring out who could throw, extended periods of time, keeping their stamina up, make sure that they're ready to go, not just putting them in a situation where they're going to throw a bunch of pitches or throw a bunch of baseballs at practice and hurt their arm and then we won't be able to use him for the rest of the year. So yeah, he does a great job with that, and I learn a lot from him as well as far as arm care goes.
Let's talk about the buy-in from your guys. I mean, a lot of times at the high school level, you're kind of caring for your field, trying to say, hey guys, we got to keep this place sharp. We got to, shine it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your guys doing
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. We actually started implementing this year, a spring cleanup day, where all the guys go out on a weekend instead of having like a normal practice. We're going out, picking up the field, picking up garbage, cleaning up the fence lines, cleaning dugouts, repainting the dugouts. It just, it gives a little bit more respect, for the guys to take care of the field and, kind of make it, their home and, make sure that they take care of it and that everyone who steps on it takes care of it as well.
Coach, good to talk with you before the season here for Carbondale area. We wish you the best this year.
Yep, thank you very much.